Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, we are going to do a quick tier list for the Medal Exchange lineup of January 2023. The World Journey units are finally complete, but of course Luffy, Nami, Zoro, Sanji and Reiju are not really worth it. They are mainly for collection purposes. Then Boa Hancock, Mihawk, Crocodile and Vivi all are decent but not really worth. Rebecca, one of the best World Journey units, probably worth it. Ace and Marco, good but not really worth it. Sabo goes in the same category. And then Koala, I think will go alongside Rebecca and probably worth, because she actually has some nice utility and can provide some damage. For the rare recruits that are provided for their supports, I always have the same thing to say: because they are pullable from every single reward ticket and Sugofest, it is not the best idea to spend 100 medals on them. Although based on their support ability and usage, I would place White Bay, Lafitte and Kobe in the good but not really worth tier, Daruma, Hyozu, Ichiji and Niji in the not worth tier, Timeskip Sanji, Kanjuro, Raizo and Kyubeppo in the good but not really worth, and then Valentine Carrot with Crocodile and Brook, two of the new 3 ones, in the not worth, and Jack in the good but not really worth, because he can help Kaido, but he is not that great of a support, so he could also be in the not worth tier. Again, I cannot place any of these units higher, simply because it is better to save medals for legends in most cases, while these rare recruits you will get sooner or later if you keep pulling in Sugos. For the New Year's Baby 5 and Lucci units, they are not worth, only for collection purposes, and the same exact thing goes for Treasure Map rare recruit Kid, Hawkins and Apu. Then surprisingly enough, we have 2 Ichiban Kuji limited rare recruits, Luffy and Nami. Both of them are decent units. I will place them in the good but not really worth, for the simple reason that they are not widely used. I'm not personally using them a lot either, and I have both of them since release. Luffy is a super type and he can provide damage and utility with his special, and utility Luffy units in my opinion are always great, because Luffy can be attached with plethora of supports. He can unlock tons of super type and super class ability, now even super tandem abilities. But unfortunately his utility is not amazing or anything, it's not even 5 turns of removal for debuffs, so do not expect to use him all of the time, maybe once in a blue moon. And even then, maybe you can change your team around or find a replacement. And then with Nami, she is all out utility. I have used her more than Luffy, but again I don't think she is a necessity to have. She has decent utility though. I think with both of these units, even though they are good, they are not a necessity, hence why they are in the tier they are in. And if you want them, you can definitely weigh your options though, because I do not think they will come back anytime soon, except if they become a staple in the medal exchange, which I'm not certain about. If you are low on medals, do not feel pressure to get them, you can definitely save for legends. For the legends in the price tag of 150 medals, we have V1 Frankie and V1 Sabo. Both of them have level limit break upgrades. I will place them in the decent only for level limit break, and specifically if you have them maxed out and can get their level limit break specials. Sabo can become a 2-stage attack booster and conditional attack booster. He pairs up very nicely with Versus Ace, but you of course need him at maximum level limit break, and even if you do have him at maximum level limit break, it's not like you are going to use him all the time. He's still not a great captain, and outside of the Versus Ace pairing, he is not going to be insanely good. Frankie is probably in a better place, mainly because he has the very unique ability of docking into General Frankie and protecting your units, just like Capone with Big Father. He is still class restricted as captain though, and he's not amazing. But now with his special, it definitely gets better, utility is added to it, you get a better attack boost, and if he is captain or friend captain, he gives you insane utility, with being able to remove 6 turns of damage reduction and threshold, but also paralysis. But again, you need to have him captain to get that. He's not an amazing captain, he is not bad, he can definitely be restrictive, he's not a super type or a super class, and to get everything out of his special, you need unfortunately to have him at maximum level limit break. For the price range of 250 medals, we have two dual legends. Bartolomeo and Cavendish, I think, are starting to get really outdated. I will place them in good but not really worth, because they can still be helpful in very niche situations, but not really a great deal at the price of 250 medals. And then Vivi Rebecca I will place in probably worth, not in 100% worth, even though it is a very good price for them, because they are not used as much lately. I feel like in the entirety of the year I didn't really use Vivi Rebecca that much, and even though they can provide something very strong, completely removing defense up and damage reduction, that many turns of removal might not be needed in majority of situations. They can still be considered a strong available option in any box though. And moving on to the 400 medals price range for legends, we have V3 Wainolo, 100% worth. He is extremely good in my opinion, an amazing crewmate to have with his chain boundaries, ore boost and amazing slot manipulation, and on top of all that, he is also low, so he can be attached with great supports. He is not a super type or an amazing captain anymore, but as a crewmate he can provide insane value. Moria is a strong int super type unit. I will place him in the probably worth tier. I cannot place him higher because in my opinion he can be restrictive and annoying with his super type requirement. You need 6 powerhouse or driven units. He does not cut you any slack, so not even one unit can be out of class. But he definitely has strong boosting in his special with his after one turn buff, which can be even applied after one stage and give you an uninterruptible color affinity boost, which can be very strong. And he can also provide a very good ore boost for those two classes. He can provide slot manipulation, but not anything crazy, and he can also reduce damage taken by lots. And with his super type, he can reduce special cooldowns and lock slots, which in my opinion, locking slots this year with more and more Waino slot giving units can become even stronger than what it was. Also worth noting that he is a very good combination with the new Versus Kaido. With Summer Vivi I am a bit conflicted because on paper she's such a good unit. She even has the utility of removing special bind in her captain abilities. She can provide a 3-turn ore boost, locked matching slots, and even an ore buff if you already have another ore boost. She can even give you an uninterruptible attack boost through her super type. I just think she has a lot of competition because she is strength and we have a lot of great strength units, but at the end of the day she is still a good unit, so I think she is probably worth it, and the special bind removal in her captain ability can be insanely helpful. And finally we have Kinemon Denjiro, the global anniversary legend alongside Vitwarden this year, and in my opinion 100% worth it. Very strong boosting, not only with their ore boost and base attack boost, but also with their ability to reduce resistances for slasher attacks on the enemy, and on top of that, the great utility of being able to remove 6 turns of defense up and damage reduction. And as we have seen this year with many quests and even the additions to Kizuna of extra mechanics after level 30, that one turn from 5 to 6 of removal can be very helpful. Even if you do not need their utility, their damage is still very good, and this is a unit I have used a lot this year. And that's it for this month's Medal Exchange tier list. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, definitely leave a like, I would really appreciate it, and subscribe for more One Piece Treasure Cruise content. Happy holidays to everyone, and as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.